make shit for people. They join the server, they grab shit, and then they leave. They don't really do shit. I didn't
Mm.
really. That was originally gonna be my idea for Never Give Up, but I think just constantly seeing drama and constantly seeing like grown ass like it's the weird thing is mostly grown men. Like I remember I forgot who I had this conversation with, but I was saying like you mean to tell me there's been like crazy Japanese girl drifting teams in Japan, but you mean to tell me there's no girl drifting team in CarX? Like you barely see any girl drifters. Meanwhile, there are girl drifters. They just don't say shit
Yeah, and some
because we
because there's a
because our
community
young
that's
folk.
being toxic, kind of like suppressing, not really suppressing them, but like,
Yeah,
imagine a girl coming in. She's a girl, and she sees the first thing she sees is a bunch of guys. Not just that, toxic to each other. It- Of course, if I
yeah.
was a girl, if I was, yeah, bro, I'll be quiet. I'll be dressed in my own way. I'll be doing my. I would try. I'll keep everybody at arm's distance.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Cause
bro,
shit, what? I
that's
think we had one girl. We had one girl in our server, and I think she was just. I don't know if she was just trying to be cool or trying to like fit in with everybody else, but she was just weird. Like she just kept like. I remember she said she had like ADHD or some shit, so she just
okay.
kept saying like the hard R. I'm sorry, but last time I checked, just because
ADHD
you have
doesn't
ADHD
force you
does
to
not.
say the fuck.
Yeah,
Nigga, that has nothing to do with
I'm like,
ADHD.
so I'm just looking at you like, what?
Dog.
And the thing is, it was some weird. It was just weird. That's all I can really say. It was like a weird relationship, and he cheated on her and some other boy.
Mm.
I just stopped hanging out with people after that.
No, no, I
Once I
feel you
just
there.
saw once I saw people like switched up creativity just for like clout or just to be cool and shit. I said fuck this community. I just want to do my own shit. And once I did, I became more happy with myself. And I found more people that are actually into drifting. And what's even more crazy that they all black. And it wasn't even trying to do it on purpose. It just every single time when I meet up with people, they either black Nigerian, just some form of black.
Like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy to me, bro. But look, at the end of the day, that stuff, it's just, I mean, it sucks because the whole balancing act of life and whether or not you're gonna make it out here alive, it's not gonna happen. But like, some people think that you
Uh-uh.
really have zero consequences in this world, bro, because no one, you know what I mean? That's what people go about their lives. Bro, I think about the stuff that I've done before, and bro, do I feel horrible.
Uh-uh.
Sometimes I beat myself up for it, and I shouldn't. But like, at least in a way, I think about things differently. I try to better myself because of the past, bro. Because of the shit that I went through and that shit that I don't want to repeat. Some people just want to stay
I
stuck in the
understand.
past. Some people don't care about growing. Some people don't care whether or not they're in the wrong. Just because they want to be different, they don't care that they're wrong, and that's the mindset they're gonna have.
I think I think it's just mostly with my music. Like the thing that I love is artists who don't want to be celebrities. Like how can I explain it? It's I try to use the example Tyler the
Interesting.
Creator. Tyler the Creator loves making music. He's a nerd about music, and he don't mind showing his love to fans. But it's also that those moments when like the fans are like so obsessed with him that he can legit just be going to a store, like just going to a store with homies and shit, and they're like trying to take a picture with him. They ain't trying to have a conversation. They ain't trying to do shit. They just want to take a picture with him, just to say that they met him. That this nigga ain't better than me. Shit.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course. And the thing is, like, now that I think about it, yeah, having that spotlight on you, and then having people approach you that way, but yet not care. Did they really care about you? About you, like if they're fans, but they don't care whether to speak to you just because they wanted to take a photo. That's not real, bro. That's not real.
Uh-uh.
Like,
I
call it
think when
whatever, but that ain't real.
uh-uh. And one thing I really need people to do, and I know they won't do it, is read.
bro.
genuinely read
That's
because
how I tell. That's how I've been telling almost everyone who doesn't read, not even read, who who finds boredom in doing anything or everything that they don't like to do. I'm like, yo, if you can't find something to do, read something. You're either gonna
Mhm.
learn a new word, you're
Yeah,
gonna
what's up,
learn,
Stu?
you're either gonna learn a new word, learn how to speak to people better, or in general,
Hmm.
open up your mind to things that you never thought about. That's what a
Hell, I
book
ain't
or
even. No, what you were saying, bro?
no, I was gonna say that's what a book could easily do to the human mind, to the human
Hmm.
brain.
Shit. Hell, I ain't even saying you gotta read a big ass like fucking novel.
No, you
Read
don't.
manga, gang.
Yo, what the
Manga
hell
Exactly.
is
You
is
can
that
read
even.
even?
manga,
Yeah.
bro. Read anything. It could have pictures on it for crying out loud.
Hell, manga has more in depth and better storyline than anime. That's why I love mangas.
Yeah, no, I wish I had started with mangas when I was a kid. You know when Naruto was already in Shippuden? I didn't
Hmm.
even start. I didn't even start the anime. My homie was already reading the manga comics online when they're coming out, bro. When Naruto was in
Yeah.
Shippuden, mind you, like I said, I didn't even start Naruto. So imagine how far back I was. Yeah, I felt bad. I'm like, yo, bro, how are my classmates this far ahead in Japanese culture, and I'm here stuck behind. Um, but it was interesting though. It got me into collecting mangas. I should start my own collection. Now that you mentioned that you had yours.
Man, I gotta get back to my collection. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh
Man,
god,
I
But
don't
right
have a
now,
collection
I
at
got like
all.
I got like a few mangas in my room right now. I do got Berserk, but I want to get like a full on bookshelf again. I just couldn't
mm.
bring that shit
Yeah,
with
I
me.
remember that bookshelf you showed me. That shit was sexy, bro.
Mm,
That shit was
I've
man,
sexy.
never really been an
man,
anime person.
I had all types of books. I ain't gonna lie.
It was good,
Hold on,
Stu.
Stu.
My fault.
I can't even hear you.
I barely heard you there, dude.
Okay, hold on.
You're good. You're good.
I
Mic
don't know
check,
if it's
one, two, one,
me. Let me
two.
turn you up.
Mic
No,
What's up,
I
check,
hear
bro?
you,
one,
bro.
two,
But
one,
I
two.
just it just sounds a bit low.
Yeah.
Is there a way you can turn me up from your options? Because I'm maxed out over here.
Probably. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
I just
Trying
don't
to
like to
adjust
do it.
some
I just don't like to
numbers.
do it all the time because the thing is that if you fuck with your audio on your side and I leave you max, the next time you come in and your audio is extra loud, then that's gonna be definitely. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
Mm.
if you
it'll sound
change
like
your
I'm
audio up
screaming.
every now and then, I'm not sure what mic you're using. I think you're using you do you use a standalone mic and a headset?
Who, me?
Yeah,
No, I use just a headset with a mic attached to it.
with a mic
Okay.
attached.
It's
Like
super
it's a
cheap though.
yeah. No, I figured. I'm not blaming you for buying a cheap headset.
Figured.
It's just
You figured.
I just figured that it's just like bad quality.
Mm-hmm.
My bad, bro.
It
I don't
is
mean
because it was only ten
to talk shit. I'm
dollars.
just saying, like,
It is low quality because it was only $10.
okay, but it works, so fuck it, bro. I'd rather you have a $10 mic and talk to me than have a $50 mic and sound like a prince.
So what's up, y'all? What y'all up to? How y'all feeling?
Good, bro. I'm chilling, late night talking about
Everything.
everything. Yeah, with the homie.
Shit. Kill, kill your local pedo.
Kill your
Oh
local pedo.
no.
Just remember that,
Yes,
dude.
sure.
No matter what it is, just kill your local pedo, bro.
Get that motherfucker arrested.
And
Or just beat him up. One of the two.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I like watching them prey catching videos.
Yo, I be watching those two. That dude Alex Rosen and Skeet, and
Yeah, Skeeter
then
Jean.
Predator Poachers.
Pedo
Hang the
vultures.
nigga.
I
Yeah.
be watching that shit like crazy. But then it gets to a point where I'm like, man, I don't want to hear the transcript. I don't. That's just too disturbing for me. So I had to cut back from those.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I feels
I
that, my
think for
brother.
me it was. I think for me it was just when people started like not really being professional with the shit and just trying to scam people or just trying to
Yeah,
get people. Because it
yeah,
was one dude.
like
I
clickbait.
know Vitali. I know one dude Vitali. He pretty much like set one dude up and claimed him to be a pedophile, which nothing happened. And then another one admitted that she was 18, but they still beat him up. Like that was weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes they will
it's a thin
they'll do
line.
some like snake shit, like kind of like for the oh my god, for the views type shit.
Hmm
This is why you gotta
Me
be.
personally,
Um,
I just don't do 18. 18 just
no,
doesn't
no,
feel
bro, you
right to
can't.
me.
For me, anything below 5 years is already too far. And like,
Yeah.
I
it's
feel
just
that.
it's just too
I
much.
feel that.
Now, not to digress, but this reminds me of a conversation I had with Charlie about the Artemis 2 mission. And
Mhm.
you know, obviously, in this day and age, a lot of people still don't believe that we went to the moon. Whatever, it's whatever. You could believe whatever. Honestly, we
That's
wouldn't
my
even have
sister.
the
She doesn't
phones that
believe
we
it.
have now if it wasn't for the technology of back in the 60s. But I digress. What I'm trying to get to is that I was telling them, I'm like, hey, like, yo, it's nice that we getting new pictures from Earth and shit. And then he was like, you think they went to the moon? I'm like, bro, you really questioning whether we're going to the moon just because of everything that's going on in the world? You're questioning this? There was a guy who made a picture, an artist of Earth, and then all you saw is Earth filled with a lot of missiles going into space and then coming back into Earth. Kind of like just talking about how we're at war with each other. We're shooting missiles up in the sky, and then on that same picture, you see one little missile leaving Earth, and that's Artemis 2. And the whole point of it, he was just talking about like, look how he's like, look how we spend on so much war, um, but yeah, we're only able to send one rocket ship to space. It makes no sense. Like, why are we killing ourselves? But the thing is, look at that. Out of all the stupid shit that's going on, he's still questioning where we're going to space. He's like, oh yeah, but why would they make the video? I'm like, what video are you talking about? He's like, with the laptop. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, the laptop floated in space. So I went and did some research. I'm like, what is he talking about? Because allegedly there was allegedly there was a video of Artemis, like the crew members from NASA, and they had the laptop that floated in space, but the laptop had the screen open and it said Brazzers. It had like a porn site to it. And that's the video that Charlie was talking about. But that video was fake. It's an AI video. It was actually not even a laptop in space. It was a coffee mug that they had. Someone just changed it to a laptop that said Brazzers. He's like, and that's what Charlie said. He's like, why would they joke around like that? I'm like, no, they wouldn't do that.
It's the internet.
It's the internet. Yes, that's what I was telling Charlie. I'm like, that's someone else who took the real video and made something out of it. You just happened to see that fake video before anything else. And that's what I hated it. Is that Charlie, not because Charlie didn't believe it, obviously he would believe it, but look how easy it is to change someone's mind about something that was true. You know what I mean? That it makes him question whether or not the video was real or not. You know, that's sad, dude. That's sad to not know the truth like that. Like to have people not know whether what's real or not, bro. I understand it's a video that doesn't really require, oh, okay, you have to think about whether it's true, you know, it's not important. But when it comes to other truthful facts in the world, bro, it could happen to anybody. People could just not believe the things that they see or hear in school, even though it's factual. We can't go on like that. We can't do that forever, bro. I guess, I don't know. Like I said, the information is key to knowing. Oh, we don't even have this. What the fuck? Key to learning and shit, but oh shit, you gotta. Sorry, I'm doing this one, but nah, getting fake information is some other type of shit. I was telling Charlie, no, that surprised me. I'm like, yo, to not know the truth, bro, because you saw a video that had like porn site about a real thing that happened. They do that on purpose because they want you to question it. They want you to question it and then not really think it for yourself. And the thing is, that's smart because that's gonna obviously make people dumber than what they are, bro. And I'm not saying I'm any smarter than most, but I mean, we grew up with the internet in our hands, so I know the difference. I know what it takes to see, oh, what's front from what's fake. And even if I don't know, you know what I do? Then I dig a bit deeper, bro, because at some point, the truth is gonna come out. But yeah, that was the end of my rant. With that. I know we're still at the new already.
Never understood 5M. Like the role play side of 5M. Like, I usually hop on 5M just to drift and shit, but the drifting servers got lame.
Yeah, they're not as fleshed out. The roleplay servers, it depends on what they're doing. Like, if it's cops and robbers type shit, like I guess that makes sense with the whole EMP shit. Other than that, like I don't know, doing other jobs like
EMP shit.
huh? EMP, the
EMP?
I'm sorry, the emergency people. Like there's like cops and robbers, and then there's like the firemen, and then the
Okay.
yeah.
But EMS?
EMS. I don't know. I say EMP. EMS. My fault.
I was like, EMP? I was like, what is these? A
Shut up.
hacking group or something? Shit.
No, I got confused there. No, EMS. Sorry. So yeah, like I get that because they all coincide with each other. You know what I mean? But once you take it, like I seen some dude do like a construction job, and he had to do construction job to get money to get food for his character to eat. I'm like, bro, that's too much for a game like GTA.
Hey, I might as well do it. I might as well do that in real life.
No, right? Yo, and it's, I get it. I get time to immerse yourself, but there's better RPGs for you to play in that will reward you better than what an RP server in GTA does. Because at the end of the day, you're just gonna be doing the same shit, and whether or not it's 5M or just regular GTA, to be honest, you're playing the same shit. Like it's just the way the mechanics are handled is just slightly different. Honestly, there's more customizations, but other than that, you're still playing the same game. But yeah, you know what's crazy? I really, really wanted to. Like when I even first got my PC, I really wanted to get into.
I think that the main thing I wanted to do was, mostly 5M related stuff. And then once I had 5M, I was like, this shit is boring.
Yo, that
Most of the time, I think, I mostly just play the same games that I played on my console, just more modded.
on hell, even mods in general, something I have barely even scratched at with this piece. I don't, not that I wouldn't, it's just, like I told you before, just the games that I have. The only thing I really modded it was fucking Fallout. Because Fallout kind of, other than that,
Yeah.
GTA, I care less. Cyberpunk, I could probably mod something. I'm like, Cyberpunk does look good modded.
Oh, yeah. Like, the thing that I love about Cyberpunk is that you can literally change it to whatever you want. You can be a dress-up game, a literal racing game, a stealth army game, any type of game that you want. That's why I love it. The devs literally just give you like
The
free will
tools,
to
yeah.
do whatever. You don't really see game companies do that. Not like that.
Cyberpunk was the closest thing in modding that I got to something like Fallout. It reminded me so much of Fallout, and obviously GTA. But like I said, with GTA, I just didn't care as much about it. go. Yeah, once you have this, you already know, bro. Once you have like the library, like we do, right? Shit, my main goal is to get through these games as soon as I'm physically possible. These games I'm gonna continue coming out, and I want to at least get through the main ones, the main AAAs.
Oh, yeah. The main thing I just will not do on my PC games is just play multiplayer, because I don't know, like, there's something about multiplayers now to me like pisses me off. I don't know why.
But co-op,
You
you
know,
would do
it's
this.
just clear.
Like
Oh
you
yeah,
would do.
I can do co-op. I can do co-op. I can do like team based, like team out and shit. But anything that's like Call of Duty, Battlefield, shit like that, I can't.
Battlefield could still be fun. It's just it got boring. I don't know how Teddy like finds.
Teddy still plays it.
I don't know what he finds in Battlefield. It's still
I think Teddy was originally like a Battlefield player. Like before like the drifting and shit, he played Battlefield. I think he's gonna play level 500 or some shit.
deal. Yeah, competitive. I'm sorry. Co-op. There's one I actually wanted. I told you that I wanted you and Teddy to at least play together. I feel like both of y'all were. That was split second. That and Portal.
Oh yeah.
Those are two games I think as friends. I think I'll play Portal with you. I can't play a game like Space Station with you. Not because I wouldn't play it, but it's that game is just one of those games you enjoy once. And if I play it with you, then I would just be like spoiled. You need to play with somebody who hasn't played it, so that way you both experience it together. And basically mess up or do things, like mess up or learn it.
Yeah. I think Teddy is still in the Steam family. Yeah.
Yeah, I just doesn't really play anything. I took him off first, and he said he was gonna play, but then I invited him again, and he still hasn't touched any game. So it is what it is.
No, he mostly just plays of course Battlefield. He been playing Roblox. He been playing like scary games on Roblox. I can do scary games. I can't do scary games with spiders. Hell.
I feel you. Yeah, arachnophobia. You haven't played Dead Space, Drew, right? I think you started it, but you haven't played it on your new system.
Yeah, I started, but I didn't finish it.
Yeah,
On
you
the
started
old PC.
on the other PC, and it looked bad. I remember because you had like animation issues on that one.
Yeah, I downloaded it on the external.
That's
I was
why.
so, like, I think I was supposed to get hit with a jump scare, but it didn't load in, so I'm just like,
I remember that, bro. It was something that was supposed to happen, and it looked wrong. I'm like, what? I even said it would look wrong. I'm like, bro, that's not supposed to happen. What that brings up a point though, and it's kind of hard to describe, but games these days, they not only require you to have like a powerful PC, but you really do need to install them
On
on
the SSD.
an SSD at least. Like I would say even an NVMe. Like, NVMe's are more expensive, obviously, but some of these games really, like even textures. Not even talking about the speed of loading. I'm talking about the textures that you see on the game. Some of the textures load in way faster, and they won't even load in if you have a hard drive. Like I seen it before. I played my boy. What's it called? He's here. What's his name? Fucking Phil. But the butcher. He has. He has all his competitive or multiplayer games on the hard drive. So now every time we load up, every time I'm waiting on the load screen, I'm like, oh shit, it's for you have to wait. Because it doesn't matter if you're partying with somebody with a hard drive, you will feel it, no matter if your computer's fast. Because everybody has to load in at the same time, so you have to wait for someone to. And that goes, like I said, mainly. And if it's not multiplayer, like I said, it's just textures and games. Sometimes even the way animations react. That's what happened to you in Dead Space, or something didn't load in correctly, like the enemy didn't quite animate the way it's supposed to. Apart from textures, apart from loading times, that's just a few things that could hinder, I guess, the gaming experience. For older games, it doesn't matter as much, but for new ones, it does. Because they're built upon they just have like SSD in mind, ray tracing in mind if they have the support staff, but obviously it's all optional. That's the beauty of it. But the experience is way different. Way different. Another good example is the way like I realized like when they started mastering a lot of stuff and people hated on like The Last of Us being mastered or remastered. They made part 1. I thought about it too. I started thinking like it's kind of cool. They could work on other games. Why are they remastering? But then I realized the technology was remade because the hardware changed. The PS3, when The Last of Us came out at the last, like at one of the last years of the PS3, it took advantage of how technology was then. Like it took advantage of the PS3 at its fullest, where in the beginning it was hard for developers to understand it. You remember, it was $600, no one really had it. And it was a custom chip that, if you look back, there's probably some videos out there saying that developers had a hard time to develop on that system because it was a very custom chip and it had so many layers. So it just sucked. So they made The Last of Us. Last of Us came out, we already know it was fucking great. So much that they remastered it for the PS4. And then they did part 1, which is like for the PS5. And that's when people started hating so much. I'm like, yo, why? There has to be a reason why. They wouldn't just do it. So I realized the architecture, they had to come back to how PC was, x86 and obviously what the PS5, PS4 was made. Mark Cerny, that's the reason Mark Cerny even changed the hardware, because he said, he's like, might as well make everything like a PC like. He's like, all the developers are working on it, why would we making it so hard for developers to make games on it? We have to make it easy. So they made part 1 because Naughty Dog figured that animations were not just gonna get better, but they knew that the hardware had to change. The Last of Us wasn't gonna look the same or feel the same for a crowd or a new generation that didn't get it. Like this game is specifically built on the new hardware, whereas the old one, or you could say the one where it came out on the PS3, was specifically for the PS3. But a lot of people don't think about it like that. They think, oh shit, they're just remaking the same game. But then I realized, no, they did it because the hardware changed. And they had to build upon it.
That is true. Yeah.
Technically, actually, they made The Last of Us Part 2 before they remade Part 1. Like 2 was made first, and then Part 1 they said, fuck it, we're gonna make Part 1 again, play the same way as you remember it, but but with the physics, not just the looks, but the physics of the new game. Kind of like Horizon did that too recently, actually, which is interesting because I never thought Horizon, even the 2017 game, was really any old or looked bad, but the quest line was pretty simple. It didn't have that, it was a big world, very empty, but it was beautiful. So what they did with Horizon Forbidden West, they filled it up, they made it look better, they made it run better. She does way more. But part one, or you could call it part one, didn't look the same. So they also remastered it. They made part one look like part two, but with the same physics as the first game, how it was intended. They didn't just give it like new weapons or something that the new game had just because they wanted to keep it up or up to date. They kept it the same with looks and physics. I don't know what's another good example. Something like that. But yeah, so that's where people, they start hating on it. They're like, oh yeah, the company could be working on other games, which is true. I think so as well. I think they could be using their resources to make newer games, make existing games run better. But this is ultimately their choice. They're the developer. Obviously, they're the ones that are doing it, and they're doing it for a reason. Sometimes we don't know. Sometimes they do tell us. Other times it's just because they just feel like that's what's right. Oh fuck, I died. But yeah, basically, it comes down to that, the technology of the time and how the software aims to be or to compete with. Any game that is gonna come out now, it's made for the hardware that's out there. Any game that came out before is meant for the hardware. That's why even in emulation, some games don't even run as good, even if you have a more powerful PC from anything that was old or way back when. Shit, I'm fucking up. I'm slacking on this run. But yeah, that was a little TED talk. Technology PC. I had to realize that, bro, because I used to think at some point I'm like, yo, okay, they're just making games look better. Obviously, ray tracing is another added feature. But then I thought about the SSDs. Like, why do some games need SSDs? Why do some games run better? Yada yada. And you realize they build it with this technology. Sony's gonna come out with another handheld, allegedly in the future. It's rumors already. I'm not sure how true it's gonna be, but I believe that if they do happen to be true, a handheld, say a PS6 handheld, would be as fast, as powerful as a PS5, if not more. Just like Steam Deck level, Steam Deck size. Just think about it, like a PS5 in your hands with a screen on it.
Oh. Okay.
That's not bad. And I feel like that's a future that I see PlayStation going in soon. Xbox is not a thing anymore, and Sony basically won the console role, you could say, right? Because Xbox killed itself in a way. stuck in this guy with the legs. You kidding me? Ah, it's crazy. I wonder though. I wonder if I'm. What made me stop being so competitive? I really gotta ask myself that. I guess I got tired of it. You know what it was? No, it's not that I got tired, because I could get competitive still. I could still be as competitive. I don't feel like that has changed. What changed is the fact that I felt like I wasn't getting compensated for the time that I was being competitive for. Not that I felt like I was MOG or anything, but I did. Coming from, you understand, bro? I come from a time where Halo was the shit. Halo was, there's MOG playlist in Halo. There's nothing like that even in Call of Duty or Battlefield. You were literally able from picking up your controller, you were able to literally rank up with your friends and play for money at some point if you wanted to. And I had friends who were invited. I didn't take it as serious, but I could get forward to at least be recognized by some of them. But bro, there was times where you could just be in a game. You could go, if you wanted to go pro, you could go pro from the comfort of your home. But realistically pro, not just like obviously, oh, clip yourself and then post it online and let it get viral like it is nowadays. Bro, this is pre-YouTube, dude. Like, I'm talking about 2002, 2006. YouTube barely became a thing, yeah, after that. Sheesh, man. Fucking old, bro. I'm fucking old as fuck. I can't believe I spoke through this whole run. What the fuck? Oh, I knew it was gonna hit. Oh, and I dropped. I still stabbed. guess that's fine. Why there's dudes? Oh shit.
Hey, bro,
Dime.
I need your opinion on this because maybe I just got used to like a lot of death. But how do you deal with closure?
Good question. I tend to
Because
I tend to do two things. I feel like I try to do the opposite of what leads me to that point, or to let me to that point. Because once you're done, you're done with something, right? You technically trying to move on. The other thing I would try to do is obviously, for the most part, put myself in a situation that gets me in a positive outcome. Depending on what it is, though, obviously. Closure for me, I feel like I'm talking in regards to like, I don't know, like I love the girl, but I fucked up. She wouldn't take me back, so I'm letting go.
I say for me, it's more I think that once I was done with my natural birth for today, I got a phone call from my mom saying that my biological dad died. I'm just like, eh? I'm not sad. I'm not upset. I'm not anything. I don't even know what he looked like. I think just along the way, I just came to accept that he just didn't really care. So I'm trying to deal with that type of closure. Did I want to talk to him when I was young? Yeah, but I'm not about to sit here and just feel sad. Like, oh, I really miss him because I don't really know him.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. My own father is in the hospital right now for practically almost the same thing. And I also didn't know him that well, and necessarily won't get to know him. And my mom is, she's even reached out. She has it on the side. But I did go see him. That's not what I have. But the way he speaks to me about, oh, yeah, I'm older now. You gotta take care of me and all that. Like, is that really all you could say to me? Like, you had me just so I could take care of you. And it's not like I said, I have anything against him, so him not being there and being drunk or whatever, so on and so forth. It's just more like you just weren't there. How I don't even call you a father, not because I don't want to, but because I don't feel those feelings. That's just it, and some guys, I explained this to some older man, so feel later, feel regret. I'm like, I don't think I would, it's not like, and it sounds messed up.
Yeah,
But
he had 18 plus years to at least try to talk to him. He didn't. Oh.
Not even for my birthday.
Like, yeah. Like, he hit me up when I was trying to figure out life. He hit me up when I had a girlfriend. He hit me up when I was trying to figure out.
And I get it. You probably have. Hold on. Okay. Not bad.
Hold on.
quite outside the block. What the fuck? Oh my god. Nothing good.
I'm back.
Everything good?
Yeah, just had a talk with my mom. Just went home from work. Tired as hell. On one hand, I was upset. I was angry and shit, but I just don't know how to feel. It's like it could have been you. Could have did something. Could have said hey. Could have checked up.
But you know, here's the thing. I would say this. And someone else will say too. They'll probably tell you, hey, it's like, why think about that now? It's almost really good, but like, I get it. It's how you feel, bro. It's how I feel. It's a feeling I can't really shake off. But, you know, it's so crazy you brought that up. My father's technically still here. You know, like, I would do my best to try to go and see him. But it just sucks, you know. You said it yourself. You don't want to be sad about it. Hell, I don't want to be sad about it. The only thing I'm sad about is not the fact. As for a person, you know, obviously it's sad to see someone pass. You don't want things to be like that. If there's a limited time, then obviously people would do whatever. But that's one thing that we have. and that we also take for granted is time, because then you won't really appreciate. Or who's to say that if you had some time, all the time to be uh, with this one person, but this person never reached out, regardless of how many years. You could live up to 300 years, that person never. That person wasn't going to be any different. They weren't going to do anything different during the 30 years that you're doing life or whatever. So the 100, it's just like, but you have a certain amount of time, so we could understand and learn these things faster for a reason. More, I guess, spiritually. And obviously mentally or physically, whatever you want to say. Well, it's all about the way you live your life and how you good you're trying to be within this world, with other people, with family. As I'm telling you this, bro, I'm telling this myself. I'm telling this to myself because I realize that I suffer from a lot of things that I can't really explain. But I also realize that it's things that I have to deal with. It's things that I have to go about and do something about it, and not bring people in because I feel a certain way, or want someone to feel how I feel. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's not fair, because I know better than that, and I've known better than that. That's what it is. Then so for me, I feel like it's selfish to treat somebody. I was telling this is why I love other, man, I hope you get love too. It's funny, but she's really made me realize like how messed up I could be, even to myself. Like, something I don't really think about. I should sound stupid, but like, yeah, bro. Basically became a better person in a way.
At this point, I don't know what the fuck I want. At this point, I just wanna
Just do what you can to make yourself happy and be good with others. You can't. There's not much that I can say that could lead you to a better way to make that difference. You know what you want. You know what you want to get out. And if you don't know yet, at least you know how you want to be as a person. Maybe that would lead you. Apart from your license, you have a passion for cars. You have a passion for art. Met and discussed. Obviously, we don't always share the same passions, but we're homies, bro. And I feel like we're homies who kind of like this same stuff we do. We just get caught up so much in our everyday world, everyday life that we end up forgetting, like, instead of just always being thinking about the negative, we just be grateful for the small things. Fuck. What am I doing? Oh my god. This guy got me confused, bro. It's like they fought waiting for me to do something. I'm here like distracted as hell. They were waiting on me. I'm like, why are you waiting on me? I can't make up your mind. Oh my god. That sucks.
Well, I try getting back into Euphoria. Euphoria.
Oh, that show.
Mhm. Yeah. I think what the last season that I watched, that was when I was in Korea. So the fact that they got the third season out this year, I've been on a hiatus for 4 years. Yeah, that ain't shit. Everything changed.
fuck is this church? Oh. It's madness. It's madness.
It was 300.
What movie? You said movie?
300.
Mm-hmm. About the one with the Spartans?
Mm,
300 Spartans with the Persian army. Give or take, yeah, it was a big number. I don't know how much it was. For its time, it was impressive. Alright. There was this simulation. There's this game I used to play called Rise of Nations. I think it was Age of Empires. One or the other. They were RTS games. But they depicted a lot of war stuff back then. Which is, come to think of it now, it's just kind of crazy. I mean, we do that with Call of Duty now, but whatever, it's a whole nother topic. But this thing depicted the at least, I don't know if I made it or the game had a map where you could really recreate that same event where 300 Spartans were right there and you command them going against a million set fucking Persian soldiers with elephants. Yo, epic, bro. Epic. And then, you know, you kind of command them, kind of like RPG. You just gotta, like, hold out. Kind of like if it was zombies, bro. Obviously, like, command an army, kind of have to make sure they don't die as fast. But in the end, you know, obviously the Persians won. And they overtook Greece. Man, if you look at empires, how they came and gone, I'm not sure if there's a world map or like a video that shows it, but you'd be surprised how much territory, how much influence is changed because it wasn't I've heard like how Poland out in Europe, you know, has always been almost neutral country, but because of the geography of where they sit at, which is very flat land, kind of like the plains where you live. They'll be overrun by armies from both left and right, from the Russian side, so it's sad, like, because they always been like in war times, and honestly, they've only known war. So one of the things that they're doing now, I don't know if you know it, but Poland is now their number one. They have the number one team. They're really big on because they don't want to go through the same shit again. They don't just want to be overtaken anymore. You know? It's crazy because a lot of people think about it. You know, I understand the effects of warfare, or like making a reserve for certain, first, you know, reasons. Shit that the U.S. is doing, no, that's some other shit. They're spending to kill. Like this country is spending to kill. But every other country, at least like I said, like I meant, like Poland, it's not. They don't think about that. They're just thinking about their own stuff. When you look at history and look at the geography and you match it up, man, you see how a lot of shit, like humanity just messes itself up so many times because of greed and power. And seeing who's on top.
This one is not even about the money anymore. People just want power.
It's just one power, yeah, power. Is that now I realize? I mean, you see it more than ever. It's just doesn't matter what you invest in. AI is not even gonna make anything money. It's being like they're cutting back on so much because they seen how you know, if you continue investing on something that only benefits the few, you know, to run all these data centers and stuff, people's election, it's unsustainable for the human race. just something you cannot unsee. You know? Like it's right in our faces. Something we're either so blind to it or like, I don't know. Talking about it doesn't really help, but strange, isn't it? I think I'm being kind of loud. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Why did I do that? I didn't mean to. God. I I'm stupid. Overstimulated. Interesting. That's a word that has been used a lot lately. I don't know why. I guess that's what the world is feeling. Overstimulation. Man, oh my god. Or just to talk to people. Yeah, I already spoke. I think I already talked about it. Times. For some reason, a lot of Portuguese. I try to understand them, but some of it does come out. Some of it's Spanish.
Right.
So you know what I use? There's a language where I just try to use my body. Body language. used to, but a lot of people don't. Can't get it. That's how I make money. I don't want to talk like that's a few more without being rude, of course. There was one guy I was kind of upset about something. For the first time, I was like kind of like, but so I didn't want to talk. That's basically the worst I could do. And this guy just kept on bugging me. He's like, yo, I want to talk to you. Yeah, this guy was mad at me. I'm like, bro, nah, I'm not. I literally told him that. And I'm like, nah. We're trying to get salad. He's like, in front of me. And then he called someone else. He's like, yo, this guy. I told him that. But he wouldn't stop bugging me. I don't know, he's really kind of a dick, kind of a sly. I'm not sure. Can't really put a finger on it. It's like he's done me wrong. I don't know, I kind of done me wrong. But other than that, but yeah, it's obviously really stuff to just let it all out. I can't. The way other people do, I just can't.
God damn it. This.
Damn, that lag was crazy. There was a dude that was lagging.
Mm.
In Night Rain, so you know, Elden Ring is all about animations. I really love this game because
Yeah.
of it. Like it has animations up that, so you have to read them. When someone is completely like moving around, think about GTA lag switching. Remember that? Like, dude,
Oh my
that's
god.
what I was looking at right just now. That never happens in this game. This one rarely. It's like, yo, bro. But that what that was doing, I don't know. It kept on moving. I asked the guy I was playing, I'm like, yo, you see what he's doing? I'm like, he's moving. He's like, yeah, he's moving. He's like, it's a bit laggy on my end too. I'm like, that's him then, because that messes up the animation of the enemies that we're playing with. So one moment I'm here attacking the enemy, and then the next moment it's like he teleports to the side of me, about to ran me over with a spear. It's like, what the fuck? And it's, the game is already hard. You could already tell. Like I have to read the animations and shit. Now I have to read the fucking lag with the animation, bro. Chill. uh, Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Yeah, this game, so it ships by default. The engine runs at 60 FPS. That's the only thing, only gripe I have about it. It stays locked at 60, and the game really benefits from high frame rates. So what I did is, I know I play at 4K, but not really. I put NVIDIA image scaling, which is separate from changing the resolution in game. This is a separate thing that the GPU does internally. So what that does is that it makes my GPU run at 77, at least from what I put it, 77% pixels of 4K, and then upscaling it to fit my screen. Obviously, depending on how many pixels I have, it will either look sharper or softer, whatever. This one looks okay. I compared it. I barely see the difference. But you could already imagine, since I'm upscaling from 77%, like the rest of that horsepower is basically using to render more frames. In tandem, I doubled the frame rate using quote unquote AI, just to interpolate a frame within 2 frames. Like every time my GPU generates 2 frames, then one AI frame is in between that takes the data from the front frame and the back frame. That way I can get, obviously, like I said, more frame rate. Since, the game is locked at 60, this is the only way I'm able to put it to 120. I guess you could say that it's somewhat AI, but you're still using real frames, you know what I mean? And then it comes out looking very, very sharp, very clean. Oh fuck, what am I doing? I'm like so all over the place. But yeah, it's really nice. Some games do it. I mean, I've told people, but I'm like, fuck with image scaling. Because image scaling really, I'm not sure if CarX has it. Say you want more FPS, just try it. I'm not sure how. You have to check it out. But yeah, it's called image scaling. Usually for games that don't have DLSS, but even in a game that doesn't, or that does, you can use it, even better because the performance you get out of it is crazy. bitch died already. Oh, you kicked me off the map. Yeah. Nigga, bro, how embarrassing. I got kicked off the map, bro.